Hello friends, we invest our money in different investment pockets, be it deposit in a bank, buying shares, PPF, etc. And we nominate a person as our nominee. But who is this nominee? What is the meaning of nominee? What is the meaning and effect of nomination? So today I am going to discuss about the meaning and effect of nomination. Nominee, as is generally understood, that is a person who receives the investment, the amount upon the death of the depositor, and he becomes the owner of the money which is paid to the nominee. This is the general perception. But let me tell you friends, this is not the correct legal position. Nomination is not equivalent to succession. Nomination and succession are two different species of law. The law of nomination is governed under various laws relating to investments that we make in different pockets. For instance, if we make a fixed deposits in a bank, under the Banking Regulation Act, there is a provision for nomination, and the nomination is governed by the Banking Regulation Act. Similarly, if you're making an investment in PPF, the law governing the PPF nomination is the Public Provident Fund Act. If you're buying an insurance policy, life insurance policy, it is governed under the Insurance Act. If you're buying a Kisan Vikas Patra or NSC, National Savings Certificate, the nomination is governed under the Government Savings Certificates Act. So these all provisions of law which I have highlighted are basically identical in nature insofar as the nomination is concerned. However, there is an exception to it with respect to the life insurance policy, which I am going to discuss in my later part of the video. The nomination does not entitle the nominee to become the beneficial owner. A nominee is a trustee. He acts in a fiduciary capacity, and it is his duty to ensure the money which the nominee receives is distributed among the legal heirs of the deceased investor depositor. It is like saying that a bank, when he pays the money lying in the account of a deceased depositor in favor of the nominee, the bank gets discharged of its obligation to pay the money insofar as the deposit is concerned. And the nominee, while receiving the amount, has a duty to ensure that money is distributed among the legal heirs. The nominee does not become a beneficial owner, or he does not acquire any rights, interest in the money which he receives from the bank. So in the event, if there are any claims by the legal heirs will file the claims or institute appropriate proceedings against the nominee and not against the bank. That is what is the purpose of a nomination. But nominee in no circumstances acquires any beneficial interest or any right title interest in the property or the money that he receives. And this legal position is upheld through various judgments of the Supreme Court, including the recent one, which is Sakti Yazdani versus Jain Salgaonkar, which is a 2023 judgment of the Supreme Court. The law of succession is the law which governs the successors who is entitled to inherit, that is the legal heirs. So in India, basically the succession law, if we talk about, there are primarily two law of succession. One is the Hindu Succession Act. The Hindu Succession Act, which is governed among the Hindus, and when I say Hindus, it's a broad-based definition which encompasses Hindus, Jains, Sikhs, Buddhists. So if a person dies intestate, it means that he has died without making a will. So his legal years, which is the class 1 years under the Hindu Succession Act, they are entitled, or they are the legal years. They inherit the property of the intestate. In the event the person makes a will, then the provisions of Indian Succession Act pertaining to wills would be governed. Now coming back to the exception which I have referred in respect to insurance policy. The concept of nominee, insofar as the life insurance policy is concerned, has undergone change. By virtue of the Insurance Act, Amendment Act of 2015, there has been a change brought out in the concept of nominee. In fact, the nominee has been given the status of a beneficial owner. Yes, it's true. The nominee becomes a beneficial owner so far as the life insurance policy is concerned, but there is a condition to it. The nominee will have to be either the wife or the children. So, friends, if nominee is wife or the children, then they become the beneficial owner, and the amount paid to such nominee upon the death of the policy holder, they become the beneficial owner. They're entitled to enjoy that money. If you like this video, you may please subscribe and like my channel. If you have any queries or inputs, please feel free to comment. Thank you.